Hi, so this is the second video of my first video, which is called Asian male and female relationships in Korea from advice from a local Korean guy. So this I'll just shout out what my opinions about AMWF, why it is so hard about it. First things first, so one of the things that I recognize is that I see a lot of documentaries or TV programs about this AMWF relationship, married couples who's living in Korea currently. And then one of the most documented scene was that when there's a mother-in-law of the Asian son kind of complains about the Western wife's breakfast. So usually in Korea, like a wife prepares breakfast for their husbands because husbands are busy preparing, uh, you know, getting ready for work. So normally, so the Western girl usually prepares the breakfast for their husband, but the thing is that the mother-in-law doesn't really like that their son is eating the Western food in the morning. This is the reason why, because of course in Korea a lot of mothers fed their sons and daughters in the morning with a hot rice and Korean soup and a lot of side dishes, right? And actually, that takes a long time. Like, if you even want to cook a rice, it takes more than 40 minutes minimum. And, of course, there's a lot of side dishes that uh, has to be prepared. But in the West, usually, like, the chances are that in the West, you guys only eat like say bacons or egg fries or sausages. Very simple and convenient. I would say it's very convenient. But the thing is, it's not healthy. So, of course, in the mother side, it's kind of upsetting that their son is being eating a shitty food. I'm sorry to put it that way, but it is compared to Korean food. I mean, Korean food, yeah, in the morning, maybe sometimes it's quite heavy to eat rice and noodles. I mean, rice and soup in the morning like that. It's pretty heavy, so that's why a lot of Korean people also don't eat breakfast or they eat westernized. But usually it is, and that's why one of the conflict was happening is because of the breakfast. And secondly, if you marry a Korean guy, and the chances are that you'll live in apartments. Like I know in the West, usually the people who live in apartments are not that rich, and in the West, houses usually have their own gardens, and big dogs can like hang around in the houses. But Korea is a really small country, so like even though you're rich, and the chances are that you'll just end up living in apartments. And of course, like if you have been living most of your life in a house with gardens and dogs, and you can you know do your own barbecue in the weekends, invite your friends for beer parties. You can't do that in Korea, so that's kind of really upsetting. I know, and it's maybe it can bring you a boring life, and that's the one of the reasons that after the they married, they the woman side, they want to just move back to her own country because of course because of the child's education here and stuff like that. About this like Korean guys just want to getting laid to the Western girls, right? I mean, I told you in the previous video that guys are all the same, right? So that just guys just want to get laid. Who would what dep- not depending on what color that what race that girl is. But the thing is, in Korea or maybe in the West, I think in a long time ago in my Korean version of the video, I said that the Western people are really geniuses in marketing, and I think that actually kind of succeeded in Korea as well. So like, as most of us know that a lot of Korean girls wants to get a plastic surgery like Western girls. And because I think maybe the Hollywood, or I don't know, the Western media, they I think succeeded in implementing like even in Korean guys' brain, thinking that that typical Western look, right? Like example, like having a blonde hair and blue eyes. That's like a fantasy to Korean guys because it's a very rare to see one of those in Korea. And in movies, right? Even in movies, those Western girls like with blue eyes and white skin and blonde hair, they are like really sexualized. I don't. I'm not sure in the West, but I'm sure it's been sexualized in like in the West as well. But that's the same thing in Korea. So please don't blame that. Like Korean guys who just want to get laid. I think that's one of the part reason is that the Western media succeeded in making the girls in that way. So that's not a matter of like Korean guys just want to get laid. It's just the Western media's problem. If you have any opinions about my comments, just comment below.